I don't know about you, but I have received a lot of resistance from my son and a little bit from my daughter throughout our homeschooling journey. But I found something and I have made it my mission, okay, to find as many different ways to engage my learners and to make them feel as though they're not even learning. Because then that's when we're successful. When we could just do life and just learn together, make everything a learning experience without it feeling like a learning experience, if you know what I mean. So let's get started. There's one technique that I discovered. And when I discovered it, it was like life changer, game changer. It's called sketchnoting. And sketchnoting is a powerful tool. Why? Because as I was reading and researching about sketchnoting and how to apply it to a lesson, which, by the way, quick break, I am creating an online course where I'm showing you and teaching you different sketchnoting techniques, how you can transform a lesson into sketch notes, which is so awesome, so wonderful, and it has made such a big difference in how we approach the things that we're learning in our homeschool, but more so how my child receives it. He's not as reluctant because sketchnoting is what? It's text and images. So we're not only reading a lesson or having my son read a lesson, I'm actually converting these lessons into images. For example, I'm going to put a little video here and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So instead of reading from a page or having my child read a paragraph of whatever it is that we're learning, I use my whiteboard and I start creating little images. It could be speech bubbles. It could be clouds. It could be lines. It could be icons that represent certain things. For example, a light bulb represents ideas. A speech bubble represents a thought. And maybe in that speech bubble, guess what? They can add some text in there or a little person or a drawing of what it is that we're learning. And what I've noticed that when we apply sketch notes to any lesson, kids remember what we were talking about the day before, which is so different from how we were approaching lessons where I was just reading them out loud and maybe putting a word on the board, and it was so boring, and it was boring for me too. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if this has happened to you, but I would wake up every day and I was kind of like dreading like doing the whole homeschool thing. I was like, oh my God, I really don't want to do it today. I don't know if you guys can relate, but that's exactly how I felt. And whereas now that I'm sketchnoting, it's kind of exciting because I'm like, okay, what am I going to draw? You know, how can I express or explain this concept through an image or a doodle, through a little character who's thinking something. And it's really cool also when I'm teaching my children about like Bible things, like complicated concepts. I mean, you could get creative with this and it is so cool. So if you don't know anything about sketchnoting, stay tuned because I will release the online course where I'm going to teach you exactly how you can convert any lesson. It could be math, it could be language arts, it could be a reading comprehension, it could be anything into this whole idea of sketch notes. It's really cool. Check it out. Stay tuned for more information on this technique. I will see you in the next video.